Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well today. Welcome back to the Weekly. This is your update video for January 31st, 2022. You are watching the Weekly, the most critically acclaimed news update video for worship teams on YouTube right now. In fact, we are up for a daytime Emmy when it comes to update videos. We've really come a long way. So excited you guys are joining us here today, and us, just me, but I've got three things that I want to walk you through and give you lots of information about some things that are coming up. I actually had a couple of things, a couple of training things I wanted to do today, but the day's kind of getting away from me here, so I will put those off for another week, and then we'll reconnect on that next week for next week's edition of the Weekly. I wanted to show you guys something here. This will probably interest maybe 2 or 3 of you, but just excited. We've got some new ramps here for loading risers on and off the stage in the sanctuary. If you've ever been a part of that process, you know that it can be a little tedious, but now we've got it set up in such a way that it's, I think, going to be less dangerous. But there you go. There we are. There I am pushing a riser on stage. There, it's much more user friendly, and if one person needed to push risers on and off stage, they could. But excited about that. That's just something that I've been working on, and I've actually been collaborating with a couple of our team members on it. So for the 1 or 2 or 3 people that affects, there you go. We've got new ramps. They just arrived this afternoon, so pretty excited about that. Okay, let's jump into this with both hands and feet, and I want to bring up to you the fact that we've got blockout dates coming up here soon. The scheduling, believe it or not, scheduling for February and March is going to happen right now. Well, actually, it'll start next Monday, but right now is the time for you to go into Planning Center and put in your blockout dates. We have done videos in the past on how to do that, and in fact, I was planning on having one uploaded here. It looks like I don't have it, but if I can figure this out while we're chatting here, I'll get it loaded up in the queue, and we can. I'll do just a little refresher there on how we do blockout dates. The most important thing is go on into Planning Center. Put those blockout dates in. Anything you have for March and April, that's important. Remember, Easter's in April, and I'll be scheduling that service out, making sure we've got people in place for that. So, yeah, again, just go in, make sure your blockout dates are taken care of. And, in fact, I've got the video here ready to go, so let me just roll this here. This is probably 6 months old or so if there are some app updates, I apologize for that, but this will be a quick tutorial here on how to put in your blockout dates. Here we go. On the Planning Center online mobile app, what you'll want to do is open up Planning Center on your device. I have an iPhone here, but you could also do this on an iPad or any Android device that you're using. Open up the Planning Center app. It should default open to plans. All you have to do is on the bottom left-hand corner, hit schedule. You'll see there toward the top on the left side, it says add blockout. All you have to do is tap that. Here's also a feature. If you are set up as a household, you and your spouse, say you guys are going to be out together, all you have to do is tap their name, and you see how Kelsey highlighted there. You can add a blockout date for both of you. If you and your spouse are both in Planning Center, and if you'd like to use that feature, all you have to do is reach out to me, and I'd be happy to set that up for you. But for now, I'll turn that off. First thing you do is go to the start date of your blockout date. Let's say I'm going to be out the first week of November. So what I'd want to do is go to November. I believe the 1st this year is on a Monday. And so all I'd have to do is put in November 1st. And I'd want that to end maybe the next weekend. So I'll put it through November 7th or November 8th, whatever makes sense. And then come down here, you can put a reason, that's your frequency. Let's say you're out the first Sunday of every month. You can set up a frequency there. But for most of the time, blockout dates are just one-offs. And then your reason, all you have to do is tap down here and you can say out of town, you can say on vacation. For those of you who serve elsewhere and you want to block out those dates, you could say, serving on the security team, or serving with the student ministry, or missions meeting, however that makes sense. And then if you press the check mark there, you'll see under your blockout dates now, you have all of your dates in there. And should you ever need to adjust one of those, you can just tap on the blockout date, and I'm going to delete this one. You can just hit blockout. There you go. I hope that was a helpful video there for you. That should be everything you need to know. That, of course, is how to do it on the app. I don't know that if there's anybody still doing blockout dates via the desktop app. If you are and you don't know what's going on there, if you need help, let me know. I can shoot you a quick little tutorial video and send it over to you. I think, though, that's going to cover most of you as far as blockout dates are concerned. So get into Planning Center in the next few days. As you saw, that video was 2 minutes and 11 seconds there, and most of it was just explaining. So it takes literally 15 to 20 seconds to put in blockout dates. Go on into Planning Center. Makes my life and your other team leaders who are scheduling services, it makes such a huge difference knowing who's available and just managing and scheduling our team. Okay, next let's talk about choir. I've been giving the cue on this for a few weeks now. This Wednesday, February 2nd, both adult and children's choirs start rehearsals, and we'll be rehearsing for our music for the spring. And I know that there is some weather coming in, and I know how weather forecasts happen too, especially living in the Midwest. So we're just going to play it by ear. If we need to adjust, we will communicate with you via the FBMWorship Facebook page and via email. So look for that. And if things need to change, we'll just keep you in the loop. Otherwise, plan on being here for the children's choir 5:15 to 6:15 p.m. for K through 6, and then 6:30 to 7:45 p.m. for the adult choir. That should be everything you need to know there. We'll be handing out music and rehearsal tracks that evening, but that should give you a head start. If we don't end up meeting that evening, I will go ahead and start sending out information to you all so you can begin working on the music, as our first choir special for the adults is going to be February 27th. Okay, I think that's everything as far as new information there. Let's go now into Planning Center and take a look at this weekend's service. So, we've got, first of all, we've got a nice full team for this Sunday, and we've got about 6 songs queued up here, but I want to make sure that you're in the loop on everything. To start the service, pre-service, I should say, this weekend we're going to do See the Light. We've done this a few times, and I think about 6 months ago was the last time we did it. But Key of A with Joe leading there. We'll then go straight into, at the top of the service, we'll go straight into Open Up the Heavens with Terry leading, Welcome and Greeting, and then we'll have our 3-song set. We'll have Yet Not I, But Through Christ in Me in the key of C with Chris leading. How Great Is Our God. This is the Passion version of How Great Is Our God with Chris leading. And then we'll end the set with Jesus, We Love You. Terry leading, key of B. We'll then go through the message invitation there. And then we'll do just a keys and vocal arrangement of Give Us Clean Hands. And this will be kind of like we did He Leadeth Me last weekend. It'll be in the same vein as that, where we're just preparing for people to come forward, and Tom will call us out there, or he'll kind of cut us off. That's what I'm trying to say, at the end of the service. Okay, well, that should be pretty straightforward there as far as the set is concerned. I'm still putting in a few items with the assets as far as rehearsal tracks, horn charts, and chord charts are concerned. So look for that. The keys are finalized, so you all can go ahead and get started on that. And like I said, I'm probably by the end of tomorrow, all of the rest of that stuff should be in Planning Center as far as your assets are concerned. Okay, one other thing for Sunday morning services, I just want to make a comment on this past weekend. I had the rhythm section come in half an hour early this past weekend. Rhythm section, when I say rhythm section, what I mean by that are keyboard players, guitarists, bass players, and drummers. Anybody who's really kind of in charge of the drive or the beat or the feel of the music. I don't include the horn section. I don't include the vocalist, or if we have a choir, I don't include that, and the rhythm section. I had the rhythm section come in 30 minutes early this past weekend. We got started around 6:30, and we just took some time to really drill down on some details. And I have to say, one, I thought we had an exceptionally good set this Sunday morning, and for me personally, I felt more confident, more prepared, and more comfortable going into our 9 o'clock service than I have felt in a really long time. So I'm pleased with the results, and I'm going to seek to replicate those results as often as we can. Those of you coming up for upcoming services, be prepared for me to reach out each week and just inquire if we can do a 6:30 a.m. rehearsal for the rhythm section. Again, I was just so satisfied with how things went, and I want to be able to serve our people that well week after week. I thought it was great. The other thing to remember, I mentioned this in a update video several weeks ago, but another thing to keep in mind is that we are starting to scale back the tracks that we're using. My goal is to get us completely off of our guide track and our backing tracks and just be on a click track. Now, still, like I said, I'll still put rehearsal tracks so that you can rehearse with all of the instruments and things. That's a no-brainer. But it has given us so much more flexibility in our services. It gives me flexibility as the director to be able to kind of feel things out, how things are going in service, and to make adjustments on the fly like that. So look for that to continue. Like I said, we'll still have our click track. I'll still play the role of the guide track in your ears. But yeah, that's a change that we implemented a few weeks ago, and one that we're going to continue to move forward with it. Okay, that is everything I have for today. You guys have a great week. I look forward to serving with you this weekend, and if there's anything that we can do for you, do feel free to reach out. Have a great one, everybody. Take care.